Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to week 1 of the C1 course. Last week we looked at the preparation for the course and the level check. However, today we are looking at the beginning, the contents from week 1. What I do is during the classes in the week, some people come in a more intensive way, and they are here 3 days per week. I take notes of the typical, of the typical errors during this class, and what I do is I include them in Friday's class. Hello, Miguel. Good to see you again. Okay. And I include them. Okay. So let's see. When do we have masterclass? We have classes every Friday at 11 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. You can come to either or. Miguel, you have come to both of the classes today, so you will repeat contents, but you are welcome to come. Clara, you have changed timetable today, and that is fine. It is flexible. I do it twice, so we can all come to class every single week. Now, what we're going to do is review the class. As I said last week, how should you be learning English? The first thing to do is to set an objective. I want you to make short-term objectives and also long-term objectives. Your short-term objectives should be learn this vocabulary, do this exercise, read this text, listen to this audio on specific times. But the long-term objective could be maybe do the C1 exam in June. You need short-term goals and long-term goals because this will motivate you. After you set an objective, number 2, you need to do the level check. I think you have all done the level check, so we know where we are beginning. This is good because we will know if our goal is achievable or not. I will explain this in a moment. Now, what we also need to do is make a study timetable, ¿ok? Para haceros la vida más fácil, lo que he hecho es, en el curso, he añadido una cosa nueva. Donde pone currículum C1, tienes the first step, el primer paso, pone live classes. Ahí tienes el enlace para las clases en directo. También he añadido un PDF con un timetable, un horario en blanco. Lo que vais a hacer es imprimirlo para hacer vuestro horario de estudio. So you have a timetable you can make. When you make your timetable, you must make time for these things. Así que hay que hacer tiempo y priorizar estas cosas. Number 1, vocabulary. It is important to improve your vocabulary. The more vocabulary you have, the more you will understand when you listen and when you read. However, you need to make this vocabulary usable. Take new words, relate them to synonyms, write phrases, and say them out loud. You want to make the phrases usable. When we listen, you need to listen, extract information, write the words down, and create phrases with them. When you read, the same. Extract information, write down the information, and create phrases with them. I want you to prioritize vocabulary with speaking, listening, writing phrases, speaking. Reading, writing phrases, speaking. At the moment. When we look at grammar, grammar really you learn through examples by using vocabulary. I don't want you to spend more than 1 session per week doing grammar. Maximum 1 day per week grammar exercises. Not every day. Okay? Now, we will do writing, an essay, a review, an article, a proposal, 1 time per unit. I will set you a task. I will give you an example, and you will write and send it to my email, and I will correct it. Okay? So 1 time per unit. We'll do this. Okay. How should you make a study timetable? I told you you have a template for a study timetable on the course. The first step, timetable. You create your timetable. You need to take these things into account. When you are going to make a timetable, you should think, how much time can you dedicate to your English? If you have 30 minutes in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, you cannot say, I am going to study 3 hours every day, because you will never complete it. You want it to be achievable. You want it to be easy to follow. 15 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon. And you need to vary the tasks. Make it easy to follow. Study little and often, because you need to organize your time, and also make it consistent. You do it every day. It is better to do 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes every day in the week than only study on a Sunday. So we need it to be consistent. Right. So make a timetable varying the different skills. For example, Monday, vocabulary reading in the morning, evening, listening and writing. Tuesday, listening and writing, evening, vocabulary and listening, as an example. You choose your tasks. It can be watch TV with subtitles, take notes, listen to music and sing, listen to a podcast at the gym. These things count. Okay, so you need to make a timetable. So what should you be doing? Let's look at how to study, and we're going to practice and put some doubts. How can you remember new words? The key is to stop translating. As soon as possible, stop translating. Take a new word, wind up, for example, and relate it to a synonym. Annoy, pick on, tease, make fun of, joke around with. Relate it to synonyms. Then write a phrase and say the phrase out loud. You need to dosify your contents. 10 words per day, maximum at the moment. You review. Then what you need to do is get new vocabulary from listening, from reading. Then you need to write phrases and say phrases. We will learn grammar and vocabulary through speaking. Our method, our lemma, I found a better word, yeah, is the best way to learn a language is by verbalizing it. Take note so you know what you are looking at, and say the phrases to activate your verbal memory. Okay? Now, the level check. What is the level check for? We use the level check to think, is your objective realistic? If you say to me, I want to do the C1 in June. Okay, do the level check. If you get 10% correct, I will say, nah, it won't happen. It's not realistic. You need to have a realistic goal. If you have to do B1, well, B1, okay. B2, B2, that's fine. But make it realistic. Now, what we're going to do is review some contents from this week. I will ask you to fill in the gap, and we will look at some examples. So, Yolanda, it's your turn. Can you read the sentence with the correct word in place?
It's with one word.
Yes, one word. If you are not sure, you can read the sentence and say in the gap.
I am thinking about that.
Yeah.
I approve the way my parents brought me up.
Okay, so I approve the way my parents brought me up. Any idea what it could be? Miguel, do you know?
Yes, I know.
Hey,
I heard this morning.
Yeah, so tell me the answer.
I approve
Of. I approve
of the way my parents brought me up.
Fantastic. I approve of the way my parents brought me up. Meaning, I am happy with the way my parents raised me. My parents brought me up. So I am happy with the way my parents did it. I approve of something. You can approve of many things. I approve of your behavior. I approve of the way you speak to your friends. Approve of something. Dar tu aprobación a algo. Yeah? Clara, number 2.
Your upbringing is related by your personality.
Okay,
No.
is related your personality. It is a preposition, but it is not by. Now, your upbringing comes from the phrasal verb bring up. Upbringing is tu crianza, like the way you were brought up, your childhood. So your childhood is related your personality. Most people from Spain say related with, because in Spanish, relacionado con. But in English, we say related to. Fantastic, Clara. Related to your personality. It is the argument of nature versus nurture. Where does your personality come from? Is it in your genes or the way your parents bring you up? So, related to. Thank you. Miguel, number 3.
I am at odds with my parents at the moment.
Fantastic. We have seen it this week. Be at odds with is to disagree with, to argue with, to fight with someone. So I am at odds with my parents at the moment. I am arguing with my parents. We are not happy with each other. I am at odds with you. We are arguing. Okay, thank you. Yolanda, number 4.
I had never broken with a partner.
Okay, it is a phrasal verb, and it's a preposition that's missing. Which one do you think it could be? Not sure? Clara, do you know?
No, not sure. Broke in?
Okay, break in.
Break in.
Break in is related to crime.
Oh.
When you enter into a place without permission. Do you know, Clara?
Maybe off.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Say it again.
Broken off.
No, it is break up with. Break up with is romper con alguien. We can say break up with, finish with, end with. Split up with, meaning romper con alguien. I have never broken up with a partner. Okay? Thank you. Now, Clara, number 5.
We should carry on learning English.
Good. This was an easy one. To carry on, to continue doing something. So we should carry on learning English. Miguel?
I have just bumped into my neighbor.
Fantastic. I have just bumped into my neighbor. Bump into my neighbor. To bump into someone is to see someone by coincidence. In Spanish, toparse con alguien. Verse con alguien, pero por coincidencia no esperabas verlo. Yeah? Toparse con alguien. So I have just bumped into my neighbor. I just saw my neighbor by coincidence. I was not meeting him, I just saw him. Bump into can also mean literally estamparse con alguien, to crash into someone. I bumped into the wall. Okay? Thank you. Yolanda, it's your turn. Now we're into idioms.
I would be on the moon if I had a girlfriend.
Good. I would be over the moon
Over.
if I had a girlfriend. Yeah. Over is to be very happy. I would be over the moon if I had a girlfriend. You can answer if someone asks you, how's it going? How are you? You could say, I am over the moon today because it is Friday. Okay? Clara, when was the last time you were over the moon?
The last time, 2 weeks ago, when I was in Biarritz, it's a city of France.
Ah, Biarritz. Yeah, it's a beautiful city. Yeah, I went there a long time ago. Yeah. I did something really, really fun. When I finished university, I was 22 years old. I traveled from Birmingham in the UK to Pamplona by bike. I cycled with my brother and we stayed in Biarritz for 1 week. It's a really, really nice place. Yeah. I really liked it. Okay. Can you speak French?
No.
Okay. No, I can't either. Okay. Next one, please. Miguel. Final one. Number 8.
This
Miguel. Sorry, Clara.
Yes. This exercise is a piece of cake.
Good. Is a piece of cake. To be a piece of cake. What does it mean, Yolanda? Do you know the expression?
Yes, it's very easy.
Yeah, to be very easy. You in Spain always say pan comido. Yeah, very, very easy. But we say a piece of cake. It is a piece of cake. It is really easy. We will look at idioms every week. In your vocabulary lists, you have access to idioms, and there are exercises on the course, but you must practice using them and speaking. Okay, let's continue. What we also have is a review of phrasal verbs. Every week we will see some phrasal verbs, but you need to think, how is the most effective way to learn? The most effective way to learn a phrasal verb is by taking the phrasal verb, relating it to a synonym, and saying a phrase out loud. You substitute the synonym with the phrasal verb and you create a phrase. So I need to know, what is the synonym to this phrasal verb? So Miguel, number 1.
Break up with, synonym of split up.
Yeah.
To break a relation. To finish a relationship.
Yeah, with someone. To finish with someone. To end a relationship. So you could say, My sister broke up with her fiance last year. And you give a context so that you can remember it. Break up with, finish with, end with, split up with. That's all it means. Okay, Clara, number 2.
I don't know this.
Not sure if this is in it. Okay. To bottle up is to not reveal your feelings, to not show your feelings. So imagine I am very sad, but I don't say anything. I bottle up my feelings. I do not reveal my feelings. Okay?
Okay.
So I usually bottle up my feelings when I am angry, meaning I don't say anything. Okay?
Okay.
Right, fantastic. Yolanda, number 3.
Be into. Maybe it's to agree with something.
Okay, it's not a bad guess, but it is not agree. Be into is like, to like something. I am into swimming. I am into running. I am into going to the gym. I like it. Okay? Good. Next one, please, Miguel.
Get on along with. O sea, get on, get along with. To have a good relation with your friend, for example,
Good.
no?
Have a good relationship with. In Spanish,
With someone.
bien con alguien. So,
Yes.
I get on with my boss. I normally get along with everyone. You can use on or along. They're both correct. Okay? Get on with, have a positive relationship with. Okay, Clara, number 5, please.
Take after is when you postpone doing something in this moment and you will do after, no?
Okay, no, that is to put off, to delay, to postpone something. Take after means to be similar to a person in your family, or to be just like a person in your family. And this is normal, Clara, with phrasal verbs. Sometimes we are not too sure. Now, I can say, I take after my father physically because we look very similar. I am just like my mother, personality-wise. I take after my mother. So I can say, be just like, be similar to, take after. I take after my grandfather because we are both very patient. Okay? Yolanda, number 6.
Cheer up. Related with happiness.
It is. It is to make somebody happier. So, my brother always cheers me up. I want to cheer myself up. So I am going shopping. To cheer up, to make someone feel happy. Okay, Miguel, next one.
Become is synonym to have a quarrel.
Yes, I like this.
Or make a tease or someone, no? Tease.
These are the best systems. Pick on, tease. T-E-A-S-E. Tease.
Yes.
Make fun of. Burlarse de alguien.
Make fun.
Make fun of.
Make fun.
Or wind up. It means to meterse con alguien, burlarse de alguien, to pick on someone. So, I am always picking on my brother. Me hace gracia como meterme con él, so I don't. Okay? And Clara, number 8.
Staying when you are comfortable in a situation.
Yeah, or you are comfortable at home and you don't want to go out. So I usually stay in on the weekends. I don't go out. I stay at home. So stay in, okay? Right, you need to take phrasal verbs like this, relate them to synonyms, and say the phrases out loud. Take notes so you can remember, then speak and say them. After prepositions like this, we almost always use ing. Preposition, ing. I am into doing homework. I ended up going to the cinema. Almost always we use preposition plus ing. However, we do not use it in this context. The phrase be on the verge of. Estar a punto de hacer algo. Be on the verge of ing. This one we will say, I was on the verge of saying that. Because it's a preposition. However, a synonym, be on the verge of, be just about. After this phrase, you use the infinitive. It is irregular. It does not follow the rule. About is a preposition, but we don't use it. So, be just about. I was just about to say that. Okay? So learn the difference. Be on the verge of, ing, be just about, infinitive. Fantastic, everyone. Now, what we are going to do is practice some speaking skills. I have said when we speak at C1 level, you need to be careful. Do not give a limited answer because this way you will make limited progress. If I ask, Miguel, where do you live? Miguel says, I live in La Rioja. He will not improve his English a lot. However, if he says, well, I am currently living in La Rioja, but I am from a small village near to here. In the future, I would like to live in Barcelona because I would like to work in an electronics company. This way, he is extending his answer, and it is a C1 level. We need to extend answers to practice. We can do this in 3 ways. 1, mixed tenses. What time do you usually get up? I usually get up early. However, I didn't used to do it. Present, however, past. And I extend. You can do it with opinions. Do you think learning English is a good idea? It is said that people believe this, but I reckon all languages are important because we need to learn about different cultures. We extend. Contrast, talking about different people. Yeah. So, are you similar to your family? Well, my family like gossiping, whereas I prefer to keep myself to myself because we have very different personalities. What is the key to extending? It is to use different connectors. Practice using connectors like but, however, whereas, while, yet, despite, in spite of, although, even though, nevertheless. They are contrast connectors. In the platform, in the classes at the bottom, there is a class called connectors. This explains how to use connectors. Review the class and practice when you write and say phrases. Okay? Now, what we are going to do is some speaking with questions using different idioms, different expressions. I think you will know the expressions. If you don't know them, ask and I will help you. So, here is some speaking practice. Yolanda, it's your turn first. This idiom is very similar in Spanish. So, are you on the same wavelength as your family?
Not at all, because my sister loves running, and although I like practicing sports, I hate running. And for the rest of the family, regarding the rest of the family, we all of us are not on the same wavelength, but we get on well.
Of course, you do not have to be exactly the same as other people to be on the same wavelength. I found this funny. I think this is funny, Yolanda, because the same thing happens to me. I love running. I spend a lot of time running, but all of my family hate running. All of them. I remember a few years ago, I ran a marathon, and my twin brother, who hates running, he said to me, "What did you do?" I said, "I ran a marathon." And he said, "How far was the marathon?" I said, "Oh, 42 kilometers. And he said, "Where did the marathon begin?" I said, "You know, in this place." And he said, "Where did it finish?" And I said, "In the same place." And he said, "You achieved nothing.
Yes.
All you did was get tired."
Yes.
Which I found very, very funny. Okay, so to be on the same wavelength, to estar en la misma onda, to think similarly. Okay, Clara, it's your turn. When was the last time you had butterflies in your stomach?
Okay. I start my relationship with my boyfriend 2 months ago, so actually I feel this this type of feeling.
Yes, still, of course, for the first 3 to 6 months, it's normally like that. But yeah, I've been married for a very long time, so it is different. To have butterflies in your stomach is not always to feel in love. Some people think it is. But when you feel in love, you have butterflies in your stomach. To have butterflies in your stomach is to feel nervous. It can be for any situation in which you feel nervous.
Okay.
Before an exam,
is the same that to feel uneasy?
yes, but uneasy is negative.
Oh.
To have butterflies in your stomach can be positive. Before I do an exam, I have butterflies in my stomach. Before I go to a party, I have butterflies in my stomach. I feel a bit nervous, but I am happy. Okay?
Or before you do an interview.
Yes, you will have butterflies in your stomach. Exactly. And it is a good thing to feel nervous because it shows, it demonstrates that you care. So it is a good thing. Okay, thank you. Miguel, do you always see eye to eye with other people?
Yes. Sometimes I coincide with the opinions of my friends in some topics, not always. We have the same opinion in some topics.
Of course, it is difficult to always agree with someone else.
Yes.
See eye to eye is to agree with someone. It's very difficult to always agree, of course. But to see eye to eye is a way of saying it. Okay, thank you. Next, please, Yolanda. Is it high time you learned English?
Yes, not to learn English, but to speak English.
Yeah.
It's high time to speak definitely English without feeling shy to express myself.
And that's why we are here, exactly. Now, be high time is a really good phrase. It means be about time. Ya era hora que lo hicieses. Now, we say be high time, past. It is high time I went to the gym. It is high time I finished the class. However, you can also use the it is high time for you to tell me the answer. Okay? Good. So it can be the infinitive also, but it sounds more like an order, more like a demand. We use that. Okay, Clara, it's your turn. Do you ever feel as if you were really popular?
I feel really popular maybe in high school, but actually I am not I am not feel popular because now my life is more private and I decide not.
Yeah, it is different. I don't know your age, Clara, but normally when people, they start working and they focus more on their career, obviously these types of things are not as important. When you are at high school or at university, then obviously you feel this. I included this question because of the word as if. As if is like como si. We don't know if it is true or not, but you feel like it is true. You feel as though it is true. You feel as if it is true. So do you ever feel as if you were very popular? Meaning, I don't know if you are popular or not, but do you ever feel like you are popular? Okay, good. Next, Miguel, it's your turn.
Would you prefer to live on the outskirts, or in the city center? In fact, nowadays I'm living on the outskirts in my city, but I will prefer to live in the center, of course.
Oh, really? I prefer living on the outskirts, on the suburbs, but it's because I have children and my situation. Yeah. So
I have to take the bus every day.
I have
to take the bus.
Yeah, the bus or by car, but where I live, it is quite a small city. Albacete is not.
Yes.
So you can walk to most places. But yeah, it takes time. But yeah, so we're talking about our preferences. The phrase on the outskirts just means in las afueras, of course. In the suburbs, we would use. On the outskirts, in the UK. In the suburbs, in Australia and in the USA. En las afueras, yeah? So it's a really good phrase. Now we have key phrases, idioms that you need to learn. Be on the same wavelength. Have butterflies in your stomach. See eye to eye. Be high time. As if, as though. On the outskirts. They're key phrases that you need to be able to use. You must convert it into usable vocabulary. Create phrases and say them. Create phrases and say them. Okay? Fantastic. So, what have we seen today? We have looked at the importance of the level check. You need to know that you need an objective in order to be motivated. Make sure it is an achievable objective and you need to study consistently towards it. Then what we also have is you need to make a study timetable. You have a template on the course. Create your timetable. Study little by little every day. You must vary your practice slightly. When you listen, do not always listen in the same way. Listen to music, watch TV, listen to podcasts, do exercises. You must vary. We have seen what is the best way to learn English. You need to organize your time, study consistently, and you learn through speaking. Vocabulary, speaking. Listening, vocabulary, speaking. Reading, vocabulary, speaking. This way we will improve. Make sure you listen a lot. Really, it is so important to listen regularly. Okay? So what's the next step? Next week, we will continue with the topic of people and their lives. We will continue speaking. But you need to make sure that you have your timetable and you have studied the contents from Unit 1. Also, do not forget to join our Instagram and our YouTube channel because we include additional resources to this. You have extra videos, extra advice that you can see. On YouTube, there are full classes that we do in the masterclass, which Miguel has been helping me with. And we also have short videos using AI that basically explain contents. Okay? Make sure you study consistently and we will improve. Our courses are on intercambioidiomasacademy.es. As you know, you have your account. If you have any problems, tell me. Yolanda, create a new account. Si lo pudieses hacer ahora mismo,
yes,
te doy
yes.
acceso otra vez, ¿vale? Te doy acceso. Te borro la cuenta, haces una nueva y, ¿vale? Y ya lo hacemos. Y así lo tienes para este fin.
Perfect.
We have additional content on intercambioidiomasonline.com, yeah? Reading, exam exercises, language exchanges. And then there are exercises for children on EnglishPDF.es. So if you know any children who need like apoyo escolar, this will help them. There are videos, songs, things like this, and there are also PDFs to download. Remember, you have my contact details. If you have any doubts, any questions, send me a WhatsApp message and I will help you. I am happy. If you want a recommendation of a book, of a series, of a magazine, a website, anything, ask me and I will help you. When we do the writings, you are going to send them to intercambioidiomasacademy@gmail.com. I will advise you when we're going to do them and I will give you examples, okay? So, are there any questions?
What is the days for the next week of classes?
Well, you have the same timetable, Miguel. Your timetable is Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 11 o'clock.
Okay, perfect.
Okay?
Thank you.
On a Friday, if you prefer to come in the afternoon, you can.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was the same class.
Yeah, no, but you are welcome. You are welcome to come, even if you want to.
Thank you.
Okay. And Clara, do you need anything?
Sorry? No.
Do you need anything? No, you okay? Okay. If you have any issues, any problems, send me a message and we will talk. Okay? And Yolanda, are you okay? You need anything?
Okay, nothing. I
Okay.
try to.
But we are in contact and we will
Yes.
speak in a moment. Okay, so goodbye everyone. Thank you very much.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.